This is Fishing Florida Radio.
Good morning. This is Keith Allen from AnglerHQ.com, welcoming you to another live edition of Fishing Florida Radio. This show is heard on 96.9 FM The Game, 97.9 ESPN Tallahassee, and on the Fishing Florida Radio Network. Fishing Florida Radio is presented by Yamaha and also brought to you by Hells Bay Boat Works, Wawa, NSB Homes, Starbright Startron, Boat Boards, and Mike's Marine Supply. The boys would love to hear from you, and all callers win amazing tackle and prize packs. So without further ado, let's get it started. Welcome your hosts, three guys who are always thinking about fishing. Well, at least two of them are. Steve, Captain Mike, and Boudreaux.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Zach.
Morning, guys.
Mike.
Good morning.
Christopher.
Hello, sir.
Welcome back. Anyway, when we get back from break, we'll talk to Zach and the Thrash Can.
That's it.
Wink, wink. This is Fishing Florida Radio presented by Yamaha. Well, we have Zach Thrasher in. You used to know him as Thrasher Lures. You're still selling those, the shrimps.
Yeah, we still sell the lures. We actually sell power pole covers, too.
Yes. Are we allowed to talk about the Thrasher Lures just briefly about how that, I'll ask during the break. Anyway. But you have a new product.
I do. It's called the Thrash Can.
Yes, the Thrash Can, which we talked about a little bit earlier. Very cool concept. Something that I don't think that I personally know that I will use it. But I think offshore guys or people that are you got a boat and you need something. This is the perfect thing. How did the whole Thrash Can come about? And tell us a little bit about it.
Sure, there's definitely a need for it.
Yes.
So basically,
Got to get close to that mic.
I basically came up with the idea about, I don't know, probably 5 years ago or so, and didn't really do anything with it. It wasn't until I was on a fishing trip in Costa Rica. It was a beautiful sport fishing yacht. Captain, mates, everything was run like a well-oiled machine. I mean, It was everything they had, down to the T. And about the second or third time I saw the first mate chasing a can around the back of the boat, I was like, okay, you know what? It's time to do this. So, I mean, they were using just a basic 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah. Where the stuff still kind of flies out.
Water bottle.
Yes.
Wrapper.
Water bottle especially.
Anything like that just flies out.
Yeah.
If you're underway.
Yeah.
So we tried a few different designs. This is what we kind of ultimately that worked out the best.
How would you say it? It's a top for a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah, it's a mesh bucket topper
that has a little slot in it, almost
like a mail slot.
Well, like something else.
Yeah.
Like something else.
Yeah. It's not lost on me.
Yes, exactly. It is 6 o'clock, so I think I could say it.
No, it's just
okay. I won't say it, Chris. Why did you look at me like I was wrong?
You really want to push that envelope, don't you?
It looks, now that I see the picture on the YouTube channel, it made me think of it.
I mean, that could be part of the marketing ploy. Let's
market it that way. Okay.
Nah,
well, it has
not a good idea.
Why does everything turn back to that?
Don't let Steve.
No,
don't do that.
But no, it's essentially a mesh and elastic bucket topper,
Yes.
and it just prevents trash from blowing out of the bucket. And
exactly.
The whole point was, I wanted to solve the problem of trash ending up from the boat into the water.
Thank you, by the way.
Without adding something to the boat that's going to be in the way, or an additional product, or something that's just going to blow around. I mean, I wanted to avoid all that, and I see most boats or truck beds for that.
Flats boats, everybody has them.
Boats, they have a bucket, so you're not adding something to the deck.
Yeah.
You're just making something that they have
better
serve a purpose. So.
Yeah. And what's cool about it is you can put your trash in this. It's not going to blow out.
Yep.
But you've even said, if you have like a wrapper or something from like a sandwich wrapper, you put it in there. It isn't going to flutter its way out somehow.
Nope.
It's staying in there.
Exactly.
It's like a trap for fish, and you think to yourself, why can't a fish get out of it? It's for trash. That's it.
Yeah.
It is. It's a trap for trash, essentially, and it can be used actually as a bait bucket. It's easy to reach in and out of. I mean,
I thought it would be perfect for a bait bucket.
Yeah, it's multifunctional for sure.
Yeah.
Instead of having that top, it's a lot lighter.
Mm-hmm.
You can just stick your hand in there and go. Okay, well, we're going to talk more about the Thrash Can. Sorry I brought it up. It just looks like that to me. Somewhat.
Like I said, it's not lost on me. I see it.
I mean, I'll talk about it during the break because I'll get in trouble. Chris gave me the look like I farted in here.
You can fart all you want in there. That doesn't affect me none.
Yeah.
It only affects us.
Hey, Scott hit the dump button last week.
What did you do?
I didn't hit it.
Well, what did you do?
I'll tell you during the break. Okay. We have a break here. When we get back from the break, we'll talk more fishing. This is Fishing Florida Radio presented by Yamaha. We have Zach Thrasher from Thrash Can in studio. Tell us about the new Thrash Can he has putting out.
That's it. The perfect boat trash can.
The perfect boat trash can.
Yep.
And what's cool about it, it's very convenient. Very convenient. You usually keep a bucket on the boat as is, or for bait or whatever you want. I think it could be a great bait bucket, to be honest.
It would make a great bait bucket. It's
It
easy
really
to
would.
reach in and out of. I mean,
Yes.
it's going to do the same thing. Keep bait from jumping ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll get the job done.
Yeah. So you thought about this idea. How long does it take to put the whole thing together? I mean, to get it started from when you get the first concept, do you come home and kind of draw it out once you get back, or?
Yeah, so it started, like I said, after that Costa Rica trip.
Yeah.
As soon as I got home, that's exactly what happened. I sat down. Actually, even on the airplane, I was just kind of doodling, getting down what I had in mind. And my dad, who's an auto upholsterer, so he has the ability to sew up whatever I draw and come up with. And so we went through a few different little prototypes before we actually settled on this. I mean, we had a couple weird-looking products.
Yeah.
But we'd sew something up that I drew. I'd go test it out on the lagoon, out on my boat.
Mm-hmm.
If it worked, or if there's little things I could pick apart, we go back and we change it. And this is ultimately what we came up with.
Yeah.
And I would say from Costa Rica to now, it's almost a year.
Yeah.
So almost a year, and that's a lot of it's graphic design, of course,
Yep.
for the packaging, getting the registered barcode, working with tracking down the materials, tracking down someone who's going to help me produce these things in a larger quantity, not just one at a time prototypes. It's there's a lot involved, but it really doesn't take that much time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of work, but I'd say about a year.
Yeah. Well, what's cool, one of the cool things was you started off lures years ago. You were on, when were you on the show the first time? You said 6 years ago?
I think it was 6 years ago.
Which is
Been
crazy.
a long time.
Yeah.
You've grown up since then. You got married since then.
Yeah.
Bought this amazing house that you completely redone,
Yep, 1924 bungalow in Thornton Park, man.
which is even a cooler story.
It's really cool, yeah.
Yep. And now you have this and getting this out, and the power pole covers are really something.
Yeah, those have been really popular, actually, the power pole covers. I was surprised by that. The travel covers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they, again, it was, I was using the normal power pole cover that you can buy in a store, and I didn't like it. I was having issues getting it on and off. It'd stick because of the neoprene. I was getting mold and stuff on the edge of it, and I just fixed the problem that I had, and I changed the design. We're using a marine vinyl with a headliner backing, so it protects everything. We use a snap at the bottom so you can drive with it.
Yep.
And then we use an all nylon zipper so it doesn't corrode or rust. And I mean, I've been getting really good feedback from just about every customer that's bought one.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that you really need. Because you want to know it, for years, I know that when there was a time when the power pole, if you left your power on your battery, that sometimes as you were driving, it would drop down as you were driving and just grind through that pole.
That has happened to me, actually.
It's happened to everybody. And then you get it replaced.
The remote, you put in the remote in your pocket or
yes.
inside,
Yep, you bump
inside
it.
your truck, and something falls on it, and it's
And
next thing you know, you got a 2-inch power pole.
Yeah. Does size matter? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it does prevent it from opening when it's not supposed to.
Yes.
It protects it from, this time of the year, love bugs and rock chips. And,
Rocks.
I mean, it sun damage if it's sitting outside. I mean, it does do a lot for it.
So now you have the Thrash Can.
Yep.
Just starting. I mean, you're pretty much, you've put it out there a little bit just recently. When it's been a couple of weeks since you started putting it out there.
2 weeks to this day, actually. It was we announced the product on World Oceans Day
Okay.
2 weeks ago. We're taking pre-orders right now, but we're officially launching the product at ICAST.
Yes.
So we're gonna be doing a lot of giveaways here in the next couple of weeks. We're gonna be giving away some Yeti buckets with Thrash Can topper. We're gonna be announcing that on Instagram, which is at Boat Trash Can.
Boat Trash Can. Okay.
On Instagram and then Facebook as well. But we're really looking forward to ICAST and kind of showcasing the product there. And then as soon as ICAST is over, we're hoping to be live on our website and fulfilling orders. So we have had quite a few pre-orders already.
That's awesome.
Good deal.
That's great.
Yeah.
I think you talked to me about this about a year ago.
It could have been. It could have been. It was a good 5 years ago that I kind of had the idea of not necessarily this exact design, but
Maybe it was 8 months ago. Maybe. I don't know when you and I talked about it.
I may have mentioned it to you when
Yeah.
I first. It was probably after my first kind of prototype, and I was trying to get in touch with Mike.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was when I talked to you about it.
Yeah.
And since then, Mike has been awesome. I mean, he's kind of
Mike is awesome.
Tell me more.
he's kind of
Build him up.
because I am the little guy, small business, and
Well, I
and-
mean, Mike is Mike's story on tackle webs is kind of really impressive to
Right,
know
exactly.
and to
Very.
see how the growth of tackle webs has happened from the get go, from the first NDA that I had to sign.
Yeah.
I don't even remember
Everybody.
and I was like, why would I'm never gonna do anything to hurt you. I don't need to sign this thing. He's like, look, my lawyer's my brother.
I made my wife sign one, dude. Everybody sign one.
Everybody, and then to see Mike's growth and see, one of the things that's impressive about Mike is Mike's had, no offense, he's had to
What are you about
learn.
to say?
He's had to learn the hard way with some of the things that you've had to deal with.
No doubt.
And
There's
no
no
offense
book.
to the people that have done it, but he's had to find out the negative side of this industry,
right.
and to be able to take you and to teach you, the good and the bad.
Well, that's what's awesome to have someone that's on his level. He has products that are in
Major.
big retailers.
Yes, major
So
stores.
he's able to take me kind of under his wing and say, hey, look, I've learned from this, or maybe go this direction
Yes.
instead of what you were thinking. This is what happened to me. So to have somebody like that on my side is priceless. I mean,
Yeah.
it really is to help the little guy
Yes.
kind of get started and to introduce a new product like that with somebody that has your back, that's been there. It's huge.
Now, if we can only teach him to teach Marcella to wear a tackle webs hat when she's in front of when behind the
I ain't
president,
gonna lie to you. I told her that morning.
Did you really?
I did. I actually said it that morning. I thought it was a joke. I was like, oh, yeah. She's like, oh, no, I'm going.
Well,
I'm like-
I think I read something and they was like, we're going to.
Like, get a Tackle Webs hat. Make
I
sure
mean,
you
if,
wear
would've
it.
been great.
if the president's coming anywhere within a 600-mile circle, that family is up and moving their whole household to go see the president. I mean, isn't she Miss Fisher Florida Radio? And then
Should've
Byron's
gave her
texting me.
a big crown.
Yeah.
Just imagine. That would have been funny.
But yeah, it's a great product. You guys can go to thrasherlures.com to find out more information.
Yep, we're on thrasherlures.com right now for pre-orders. As soon as ICAST is over, we'll be available on Amazon.
How much is it?
So our suggested retail price right now is $19.99.
Okay.
That includes free shipping.
Okay.
That's kind of like what we're starting out at right now. We do have special guide pricing. So for any active guides, if they contact us directly, either on Instagram or Facebook, we take care of them. So
Yeah. Well, it's a great product that I think we're going to talk about more about during the show. I think everyone should have one. It's kind of like a bungee. Is it like a bungee? Because you can. When you
Bungees
the
right
one
in.
you
we're,
gave
we're
to
playing
me,
the video now. It just bungees around. You'll be able to roll
Yes.
it right on top. And it,
yep,
the one you gave
snaps
to me
right.
is small,
Snaps really well.
and I'm like, is that really going to fit 5 gallons?
Well, we wanted it. It's a little tricky to get on the first couple times you try it because we wanted it to be tight enough to where if you're pushing something in, forcing something in, you don't want the whole topper to fall into the bucket.
Yeah.
So,
The simplicity behind the product is the beauty.
yep, I didn't reinvent the wheel.
No,
it just
you didn't,
solved the
but-
problem.
Yeah. You solve the problem.
And that's what
That's
it is.
the main thing.
And if it helps keep, if I can go out on the lagoon and not see a bottle floating by me,
Amen.
you know what I mean? It's a huge issue.
The amount of trash I pick up at the one place I go fishing is astronomical.
And that's
and
a
I've been doing it
neighborhood.
every month.
And see, a lot of that's probably from, a truck bed, which this would be functional for that as well. And back of a truck, work truck, you just toss
I'm
trash
bringing
in.
my. I hope you brought me a bucket.
I can give you this bucket. No
Okay.
problem.
I'm bringing it from now on.
You don't have a 5-gallon bucket, man?
I don't.
You
I know,
don't own a
that's-
5-gallon bucket at all?
No. I
What
got
the
rid of them.
hell kind of man
You
are
can
you?
buy yourself.
I know. I was going to go to Lowe's and get. I'll buy one at Lowe's.
You can go to Firehouse and get one for $2.
I'm not
and
going to Firehouse.
and
Look at
that
this guy, man, his
contributes-
big-ass pickle buckets.
I
Got a
don't.
Firehouse.
Still 5 gallons.
They steam their meat, so it's easier for me to chew without my teeth in.
Hey, when we get back from the break, we'll talk more fishing. This is Fishing Florida Radio presented by Yamaha.
This is whatever it is.
So one of the things we Zach, you haven't mentioned, you have the Thrash Can.
Right.
It's going to help people not have so much crap and trash going into our waterway.
Mhm.
But you're actually donating portions of this to some of the people that help that,
That's correct. So not only are you doing your part yourself, keeping your trash out of the waterways,
which we need.
which is huge. I don't want to take away from that, but with every sale, we're actually going to donate a portion of the proceeds to coastal conservation efforts.
Yes.
And we've reached out to places like the CCA.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure everybody's heard of them. They're 100% on board, and we're going to be
Which is cool.
we're going to be helping them out in any way we can, and we're definitely going to be donating a portion of every sale to help out some of these organizations.
Yeah.
So it's not just
Getting
doing
in
your
touch with
part.
them is a problem.
Yeah, some of them. Yeah, some of them are a little hard to get a hold of.
It's amazing that you try to give away money and they just will not contact you
Yeah, it's I've never had trouble giving money away before, but
until this time.
it's the first time for everything.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I mean, you want to know, to be honest, I'm sure you're going to be able to see him at ICAST.
Oh yeah. And it's still early. It's only been 2 weeks that we've even been public.
Yes.
So I'm sure by the end of ICAST I'll be able to speak to some of these people in person and see what we can do. It was really cool. The CCA was very open, and they're all about the product. They really like it. So I'm happy to donate to them and what they're doing. And I mean, we'll start with that.
Yeah. Hold on. Mike, good morning. Welcome to Fishing Florida Radio. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing this morning?
We're doing well. Now, you wanted to talk about trash in lakes, of all things.
Yes,
Perfect.
yes. I've been diving for many years, and it started off in the Keys. I was diving along US 1,
nice.
catching lobster and all that stuff. But the bottles and the line and the tackle and everything on the ground used to drive me crazy.
Yes.
So the lobster pots, the buoys, the rope, everything, the trash, of course, the human trash. People set up their barbecues, they do their barbecue and they go home and then they leave all the stuff on the top of the trash can or whatever, ends up in the water.
Yep.
Yeah.
So many years I've worked with the FWC or whatever, trying to get something going about the cleanup and all that. And they always say, oh, do it voluntarily. And, the volunteers do this and that and the other. They don't do enough. The garbage is everywhere.
Yeah. Well, this.
Same way in the lakes.
Yeah. I mean,
I called you guys a few weeks ago about the fishing Toho. So I fish Toho all the time, but there's spots where the water runs in the corners, it gets stuck in the trees.
Yeah.
It gets stuck in places where people don't actually go. But there's huge problems. I got it all on video and everything, and nobody wants to help me out.
Well, I mean, Zach's Thrash Can is the perfect place. I mean, you have to have a 5-gallon bucket. You can put it in there. It isn't going to blow out of it, which is the most amazing part of it. And it's one of it's something that every boater probably should have.
I agree.
I'm
It's a
hoping-
start. It's a good start.
Yes, it's a wonderful start. I was glad to hear that he's been working on it for 5 years.
Yeah,
I've been doing the same thing for 5 years and not getting anywhere.
Yeah.
yeah. I
But,
mean,
I collect it as I go out and fish like you do. But I was doing it majorly. I had 17 bags on the side of my
Wow.
house before. I was driving my wife crazy with this stuff. But I do what I can do. That's all I can do. I tried to get with FWC and get like a grant or something like that, and then this was all after all the hurricanes. We had a couple hurricanes in Florida, so all the money was used up.
Where
Yeah.
you at of?
I live in St. Cloud on
St. Cloud?
East Lake. Yeah, I fish West Lake a lot because the bass are a lot bigger there. But I have some certain areas in the videos and cameras, and I mean I drive all around Florida. I mean Central Florida for like a courier service. But every pond that I see, There's trash.
Exactly.
Every waterway.
Hey,
Disgusting.
before we let him go, can get Chris to get Chris your information, your contact information, so I can talk to you later on about some stuff.
Yeah, I was hoping that I can talk to somebody that wouldn't make a difference or something.
Well, you want to know, Zach was going to give away one of these Thrash cans. Can we give one to Mike?
Yeah, we could do that. I mean, 17 bags of trash he's picking up. I mean,
even I go fish.
Anybody deserves it.
I go fish a number of little ponds. So I had thought, you want to know what? This was like 5 or 6. I told you this actually.
Yeah.
5 or 6 weeks ago, I said to myself, before I go fishing, I'm going to walk around this whole pond and I'm going to pick up every bit of trash. Mm-hmm. And I filled up one of the big black bags full of crap. And then, of course, I have to go down a little hill. I could barely carry it up the hill. It was so heavy.
Man, if I could tell you the things I have found out in the water, that is just astronomical. I'm sure if you're passionate as you are, you sound like about it, you could only, I can only imagine what you've run into. You're like, how in the heck did this get here?
Say I found 2 or 3 visors. The only thing that's left is the bill of the visor.
Yeah.
And there's like a couple threads where you can tell where the cloth is,
Mm-hmm.
And particularly on my lake, the same thing is even if you don't see it, it's still there because the people used to rip the cans and sink them. So they're all over the floor. I mean, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's something that we all need to be a little bit better about as anglers and as just as a people in general. The amount of trash, even my little
it's got to be taught, man. That's the thing. You know what I mean? These people are going out there and they're taking their kids and they're tossing crap, and then the kids see the parents doing it and uncles doing it, and then they keep rolling it along, man. Instead of being up there and being like, hey, let's collect. Even with our kids now, we're like, let's pick up the trash. If you see trash, pick up bottles.
Right.
Okay, so I could get in trouble on
right
this
or wrong.
one. You're definitely right.
Okay.
So
my problem is it's been proven already what the water bottles do. If you leave a water bottle in heat, what happens?
It breaks down.
Supposedly leaches all this stuff and cancer stuff.
Yeah.
And all this stuff in the bottle. So if all this stuff is in our lakes and all this stuff's draining down to Lake Okeechobee, this is South Florida's drinking water here.
Yeah.
It's very important to me, but it doesn't seem like it's important to anybody else. I mean, I know it is to you guys, but
it's important to people who care. There's a lot of people that just don't care.
I do this like every day. I would do this every day as a business, but I can't pay my bills.
Yeah.
And it's something that's catching on. Thank goodness for this bucket, and I hope it catches on.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful thing.
Start spreading the word. What we'll do is, Mike, I'm going to put you on hold here for a second.
Yeah, get us your
address.
address.
We'll get your address. We'll send you one of these, even though you.
Great.
That's all right that I gave away.
No, that's fine. We can give away a couple of them. I'm happy to give it to somebody like this that's actually putting in an effort to get trash out of there.
So hold on, Mike. Okay, thanks for the call, dude.
You.
Hold on.
We have ICAST coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, just less than I think it's less than a month
now.
Is it? Are we within the month?
It's July 11th. Today is the 22nd.
I think it's
3 weeks.
9th through the 12th.
Thrasher will be with us in the booth.
Yeah, am I the only one excited? I'm excited about ICAST.
You're the only one excited.
That's fine.
No, man. It's
I'll
exciting when you're
up.
bringing a new product.
Yes.
To come out there. It's a good network.
It's a lot different for us. I don't want to say I've said it for years.
Just jaded old
really is.
media guys.
You're not bringing me down, Steve. I'm stoked.
I'm going to be there for you. All right. You know that. I mean, I already gave you one person.
He'll be hanging out, asking what's in the coolers to drink.
Yeah, there you go.
Can I put my bag here?
Can I put my bag? Can I
charge my phone?
I use my
charge the dock station.
Bring that. That's what
we're gonna make our money back in the booth just by charging, just a charge by the minute to charge your phone.
There is some truth to that. Make sure you have some
snacks.
Coke Zeros.
You got any snacks over here?
I might say that 1 or 2 times.
What you got to eat?
I usually bring in food on one day. I stopped last year and got subs for everybody, or 2 years ago. Brought in subs for everybody.
Wawa's.
Yeah, I did. I went to Wawa.
Wawa subs.
I brought in
I know. Yeah, Mike, we could bring some bread and throw out for Steve and get him right in there in front of the booth.
And throw a cigarette butt in there just to throw him off.
He won't even have to compete with the
eat them all.
Go right after.
That's a cigarette butt. Make sure it's butter bread.
Make sure it's butter bread. I think that we've been to it enough. That
I got
the
you.
problem is that when you want to see something like what you have is a very cool product, something that I can see doing very well and people should have on their boats. There's a lot of crap in there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people having lures that have boobs, that just doesn't work. It might look good, it really doesn't, but really it doesn't.
Is that the booth Boudreaux was hanging out with
That was-
last year?
No, that was where Les was hanging out.
I mean, Josh is excited about Castaway he put on here.
Castaway or iCast?
iCast, excuse me. You want to know? It's it's like I don't even know how to explain it. There's certain people that it's exciting to go see and check out and find out what's going on and see the new products and stuff like that. It's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of walking and it's a lot of work. And I think I'm more ambitious on my goals this year for iCast than I've ever been in the 8 or 9 years that we've done it.
That's good.
And I'm not sure that I can get everything that I want to get done. And you and I have talked about this. I'm a little worried about this. I'm a little worried. But
listen, you've only got enough time in the day, so many hours to do it.
I know.
You know, the reality is, if you can get everybody that you want to participate and actually help you out and do what you need, then you're good.
Yes.
And what happens is you end up people back up. The meetings go long.
Yes.
And people walk into places and you have a certain meeting, then you're sitting around waiting and you've got another meeting packed up, and that's what frustrates a media guy. And it happens.
I can see that.
And I've already scheduled, I have a day and a half of just meetings.
Wow.
And they can get stressful, but it's fine. You're gonna do fine. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
You get to see your friends. You see them once a year. They come around. If you don't see them, do other shows, and everybody's here. Everybody's here.
Luckily,
Luckily,
I've been able to get in touch with some people that I know they're putting out new products, and they've said, let me send you some of the products before iCast, but you just can't put them out till iCast.
Okay.
I talked to Live Target the other day. They have some new stuff, some inner core stuff. I talked to them. They said, I said it would be really nice if I could get it ahead of time. They were good with that. We did that culprit riptide flutter crawl video this week.
That's awesome.
On the closer look.
And anybody's got a lure that needs to be sending you. I mean, what you're putting out is good quality product.
I appreciate that. So in 2 minutes, we have the Thrasher in here, Thrash Can.
The Thrasher.
Zach, with his great new product. We talked about Thrash Can. It's gonna if you own a boat or you don't even need a boat. If you're out there, you can take it. You can sit on this thing. You can do all sorts of stuff.
Even the back of a truck bed.
Yes, put it in there, and then you can put your trash in it, and it's not gonna blow out.
Keep the trash to yourself, man.
Keep your trash to yourself. You can find it on thrasherlures.com.
Yep. And then after iCast, they'll be available on Amazon as well.
Okay. Look at you,
Very good.
Amazon. Are you excited about this?
I'm stoked, man. I'm really excited.
You haven't seen we woke you up too early, didn't we?
It was a little early. To not be fishing, it's a little early.
And you were a little nervous.
Always.
Why would you be nervous with us?
Gotta do work, man.
I'm not really nervous. It's good.
I'm pushing them, Steve.
Do you want to say hi to your
That's
wife?
his
I mean, last
consultant.
time we had you in here, you didn't have a wife.
No, that's new. Yeah, that's
new.
new addition.
That's new. Jeez.
Yeah, I think she might be listening too, so I can't.
Yeah,
say,
don't
Don't get in trouble.
No. She's been awesome throughout this whole thing too. She came.
Does
with
she
me.
fish?
She does. I had her out on the boat last Saturday.
Look at you.
Yeah,
Look at you.
I stole her for some marketing. She looks a lot better on camera than I do, so I put her.
Mike
up
does
to-
it with Lorelei all the time. I'm like, look how
Yeah,
great
why
this
not?
product is with Lorelei in it. I didn't think the products were that good, and then Lorelei shows up in the photo with tackle. I'm like, oh, this is beautiful.
Oh,
I'm
now the truth
texting
comes
Lorelei.
out.
Yeah.
I'm texting Jen.
The truth comes out. I see.
You got to throw her up there, man. Throw up there some
That
pictures. and videos.
secret that's
She's
been
good.
sitting in there forever. You don't really
Let's be honest. Lorelei's a beautiful girl.
Oh,
Of course, she takes after her daddy.
I said it to her face. We were out to lunch one day, and I was watching Lorelei, and I looked over at Mike, and I said, oh, God, you're in so much trouble. Didn't I last time we had dinner?
You have no idea.
I have no idea how much trouble you're going to be in.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Coralina's going to close the door on it, too.
Oh, yeah. She's a dancing machine, man.
Okay, when we get back from the break, we'll talk to Les, we'll talk to Megan, and we'll talk more about Thrasher Can and all sorts of stuff. This is Fishing Florida Radio presented by Yamaha. Bubba, good morning. Welcome to Fishing Florida Radio.
Are you talking to Bubba?
We're talking to Bubba.
It's Bubba.
Gentlemen, listen, I use that term loosely. Gentlemen.
Yes.
How are you?
We are very good.
Hey, Steve-O, that little Bubba is a swimming fish, son.
Mm-hmm.
Now, next week is scallop season. Everybody go get up with Red Ed.
I have it on my list. Scallop season starts next month, July 1st. I've already booked my trip with Red Ed. We are taking Thomas, and my wife and I are going to go. I don't want to say the exact date, but we're going one morning. Yep. And we're gonna have we're really looking forward to it.
Nice.
That's a good time.
It is a good time.
Good. Go make that happen. Red Ed also swims like a fish. Little Thomas, my goodness. And Boudreaux, thank you again. Last season you sent me a Rasca scallop bag from Lynn Sanford.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Is Lynn doing that? I know she doesn't do anything with us. Does she have the scallop bags? Because I could use one.
I think she does. I've reached out to her. She's looking at doing a team at Gumbo.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try her again this week.
I could use a bucket.
Great.
Yeah,
Good. Captain Mike?
Yes, sir.
I have not got the welding machine back together, but I'm going to work on some of your stuff also. And now, Zach, where's Zach?
I'm right here,
there.
bud.
He's there to the right.
I can't wait to see some of your stuff too, bud. You know, because what you do is important for us. And the part of that deal is, how do you teach somebody so stupid that they just throw the stuff off the boat?
Yeah, you want to know what it is? Isn't that some people throw it off the boat.
Yeah.
The thing that why the Thrash Can is so cool is that a lot of people put buckets on the back of the boat, and you're normally just throwing it in there as is, water jugs, whatever it is, and this is a top so that it's just easier just to stick it in real fast, and then it doesn't blow out while you're going.
You don't have to unzip anything. You don't have to open up a hatch. You just stick it in there, and it's not going to fly out into the water.
Yeah, and I can't wait because in the back of the truck too, zoom.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, and those are the smokers, and Steve, you mentioned that earlier. Man, I dust them off and put them in my pocket.
There you go.
Well, yeah, that's what I wish this guy would have. I mean, the duck ate it. You don't go don't go feed the ducks a loaf of bread and then
Who's smoking cigarettes with filters? What kind of wimp is that, dude? Roll your damn cigarettes.
This wasn't one of Boudreaux's cigarettes. This was a real
rest of it.
nicotine cigarette.
That's how old coach used to do it.
Wasn't a Jewel.
Have a butter cigarette.
Yeah, all that's different. Now, last but least, I told Chris I'd keep it short. Taxi Man Ken and I haven't got our stickers yet.
Oh, I'll look into. I don't remember putting one in for y'all, but I'll get.
Okay.
I'll get some out for you.
Taxi Man Ken may need a couple because he's got 2 new cars.
Oh, okay, well, cool. We got to get him set up.
And he's getting a truck. He's getting a truck real soon.
Cool. Okay, we got a break here, Bubba.
Okay, bye.
Later.
Thanks.
See you, buddy.
Bye.
We get back from the break. We'll wrap it up. We got Thrasher Can. ThrasherLures.com. You can find it.
Yep.
We just talked about it. Got to go check it out. There you go. When we get back from the break, we'll talk more fishing. This is Fishing Florida Radio, presented by Yamaha.
You can give us a text at 50857. That is powered by Tackle Web.
We have to play the last song. Has to be Marshmallow. Thomas is in the car on the way there. Zach, thank you for coming in.
Yeah, no problem. Happy to be here.
Everyone, you need to go. Hold on. Everyone, you need to go to ThrasherLures.com. Check out the Thrash Can.
Mm-hmm. We're on Instagram and Facebook as well at Boat Trash Can.
At Boat Trash Can. Mm-hmm. Great product. Something that's kind of been in one of these things that we've needed.
Throw your garbage in there.
We've needed for a long time.
Picture.
It's amazing that this is something that's been a need for everyone. It just hasn't been really. Probably has been made by somebody else, but not to the extent that yours is really easy, simple, and makes a lot of sense.
Right. And I'm sure there's other products out there for trash management. And you know what? If I lose a sale to a product that's accomplishing the same thing, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It's just I feel like we've come up with a good solution.
A better mousetrap.
Yeah. There you go. So
it's hard to make a better mousetrap.
It does.
You might have accomplished it.
It does something important, and it every sale goes to a good cause. So either way, we're doing a good thing.
Now, fishing wise, you're still out there red fishing, right?
Anytime I can. I was out there last Saturday listening to you guys from the Mosquito Lagoon.
Now, I think I remember when we talked last time. You're going to be in the. You're going to do the redfish tour.
Yeah, we're going to do the Pro Series and the IFA tour next year.
Awesome. Now, who's the partner with you?
Captain Tony Levskew.
Oh, no, do I know
Captain Tony? He's with Breakaway Charters in New Smyrna.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I've known him for years. We actually used to stunt ride together on sport bikes.
Really?
Way back in the day. Yeah, he's really good. I mean, he traveled the world doing all kinds of stunt shows and things like that.
There's some funny new things coming out soon, and iCast.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this one's for Thomas. Okay, Zach, thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me, guys.
We'll promote this anytime you want us. You know that.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys getting me off the ground. It's awesome.
Make sure you get him to Dave Farrell.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get with him.
definitely do that.
Week.
We got a
love
few
that.
people you're gonna have to.
Yeah.
But we'll help.
Sweet.
Kenny Duke.
We'll help you out.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
When you see Kenny, his name is Kenneth Allen. Kenny Allen.
You might not want to jump into that just right off the bat. You might want to.
You might want to
do it. I told him you were going to call him.
All right.
Yeah.
Kenny Allen. I told him you were going to talk to him like that. Okay. From Zach and Chris and Boudreaux, Mike and myself, thanks for listening to Fishing Florida Radio. Go to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Fishing Florida Radio. Subscribe. Be part of the family. Go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Fishing Florida. But until next week, when we are back in studio live, Mike, what should people do?
Get your fish on!
Thanks for listening to Fishing Florida Radio. Make sure you go to Thrasher Lures and check out the Thrash Can and support it because it's a great product and you'll be helping our great Earth. There you go.
Great Earth.
Great Earth. See you
Mother
next
Earth.
week.
Now if we jump together, at least we can swim far away from the wreck.